Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about all of the new drugstore launches that are worth the hype, or totally hyped up right now. I have the L'Oreal Skin Paradise, the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow, the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen, the new NYX Shine Loud Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer, the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, and the new Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, the matte kind. So let's just go ahead and get into it. But first, I want to talk about one thing that I didn't talk about from my last video, which is a giveaway video, and I'll link it right up here. Don't forget to enter that, by the way. It's PR that I got, and it's so beautiful. The presentation is amazing. The customer service was amazing. It's from Avenabirthstones, and I got this luxury ring. So it comes in this right here, and it opens up, and inside of it is the ring, and it looks like this, and it actually lights up. I don't know if you can see that, but it lights up. And this is a peridot ring, which is my birthday. So I DM'd them, and look at this. It's just gorgeous, and it fits right here. I was wearing it in my last video. I don't know if you remember, but I forgot to mention it. I can't believe it. And the customer experience was amazing. I DM'd them. They got back to me within minutes. They let me choose whatever I wanted from the website, and they were so fast about it. They shipped it out same day, and I got it the next day. So I'm super excited about that. I will link them down below. Definitely check them out. Avenabirthstones, they're amazing. They have necklaces, they have rings, they have a ton of stuff that you guys, I think, would love. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some drugstore makeup. First, I'm going to start out with my eyes, and we're going to start out with one of the new Wet n Wild. This is the 5-pan color icon palettes. It looks like this right here. Let me swatch it for you. So here are the swatches. We have a pressed glitter in there. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'll be using that today because I have a glitter glue. So I'm going to be taking my BK Beauty. This is the 206, and I'm going to take this shade right here. A lot of kick up here. And we'll be doing the brows after this eyeshadow look. These seem to have a really nice blendability. They're powdery, but it's not going onto my face. It looks really, really nice. Good pigment. So far, I'm impressed. The next shade I'm going to use is this brown here, and I'm going to use a Rephr 02. And I'm just going to pat that on the outer corner and fade it into the look. Now this matte seemed to have less kick up in the pan, but it's pretty pigmented still. I'm going to take it up and just about halfway across the lid. Now I chose to do my eyes first because of that glitter. I don't know how that's gonna go even with a glitter glue. I'm so far getting no fallout on my face, so I'm happy about that. We're done with that shade, so my brows look crazy, but we'll get to those, don't worry. All right, I have my glitter glue down. I just used the e.l.f. and I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to tap off my finger. Ooh, this shade is really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. So far, no fallout on my face. I'm sure if I built it up, there would be fallout on the face. So just be mindful of that. I just love this. Okay, brows. For the lift and snatch, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I'm just going to do one brow for you guys. And I'm going to go underneath and sort of sketch out the lower portion of the brow and a little bit up here. Then I'm going to take my Got2b Sculpt. This is the spiking glue, and take it on a spoolie and spoolie up my brow hairs so they look all kinds of crazy. You're gonna be like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. So they show here her having very sparse brows and to full brows. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. It has a shaky component in it, and I chose the shade Ash Brown. So I'm just going to make little brow hairs. Seems to be working just fine. I like this. I'm just pushing them up into place where I want them, and in the front I'm going up. So this seems to be really, really promising. I really, really like it. As you guys can see, it did do a really good job, and it's not pulling too warm or anything. So I think that's really, really beautiful. I'm gonna go do the other brow. You can see from before to after. I am in love, and I think this is going to replace my Urban Decay brow blade, I have to say, and that is a huge claim. Okay guys, that is totally worth the hype. Look at the brows. They look incredible. Now moving on to this is the L'Oreal Paris Skin Paradise Water Infused Tinted Moisturizer, and I have the shade Medium 10. And I don't see, it says Awaken Fresh Glow with Luminous Coverage 24-Hour Hydration. Now I have tested this before. Some of this stuff I've tested and some of it I haven't. But I have tested this before, and I'll let you know my thoughts at the end of the video. I'm actually going to apply this with my fingers because I think that is the best application. And this provides a good medium coverage. It's pretty glowy, so for oily skin guys and gals, I recommend just using a light gel moisturizer prior to going in with this product. But you see, it just gives the skin this luminosity. Do you see that? And it's really, really beautiful. Get it on the ears. I could go a shade lighter, which would be L3. They don't have many shades, which is a downfall. They really do need more shades, but I'm really happy with this. It's really, really pretty. It has that nice glowy, luminous finish like it says. It needs to be set down. It definitely needs powder if you want longevity. It does set down a little bit, but it still stays tacky. So let's move on to the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. It's the Mega Last All Day Full Coverage, and I have mine in fair, and I could have stood to get a deeper shade. Let's just say that. And I have thoughts on this as well. Now this is the type of concealer you're thinking, geez, I don't know, is that gonna be too drying? How do we think about this? What do we think about this brand new line of Wet n Wild? And I'll tell you at the end what I think and how I think it compares to the rest of their concealer line. As you can see, it is very, very brightening on my under eye. I now look fresh and awake, and it's only 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm loving the way this looks and performs so far. I do have to say, if you have very dry under eyes, you don't need to set this, but I'm going to lightly set my face and I will be right back. And how about we finish up that lower lash line? I'm going to take this mid-tone brown here that has the most kick up. And by the way, I have a couple glitter fallout pieces, but none, you know, that are substantial. Just maybe 1 or 2. Even with a glitter glue. So I highly recommend a glitter glue. And if you don't like glitter, I would stay far away from this palette. Now going into this darker brown chocolate shade, and I'm using a BK Beauty 108 brush, I believe. Nope, a 207. Totally wrong on that. I'm just going to link it up with the top part. Now we know for the bronzer, I have the matte bronzer from Physicians Formula. I have this Supreme Rose Beam Catrice highlight that's hyped up. And I also have this Mellow Wine blush from Wet n Wild that I've never tried before. So let's get ahead and do the bronzing. And I have the deep shade, and I'm using my BK Beauty 107. Let me say, there are only 2 shades, light and deep. And if you're any darker than me, this deep shade will not work for you. Do a little light contour of the chin, to the ears, and of the throat, because why not? It looks nice. It smells like the butter bronzer, but a little more florally. And I'm just going to take that across the nose and sort of sculpt the nose out a little bit. Beautiful. I really like that shade of butter bronzer. Going into the Mellow Wine blush, the BK Beauty 104. Ooh, this is pigmented. I'm gonna stay far back here and far back here on this side. Go over the nose a little bit here. Now the trick I did with the Got2b glue, you're not gonna need to set the brows. They're already set, and I love the way they look. Absolutely love the way they look. And I think that that is beautiful. Let's put on the Maybelline Sky High Mascara Lash Sensational. So I like the way that it looks. Everything is raised. It feels a little cheap. It feels pretty light. The only thing I don't like about this is it's super, super bendy. Do you see that? So I feel like it's not going to grasp my lashes very well. And I didn't want to put on any sort of liner to detract from the effect of this mascara that you guys are gonna see. So here is one light layer. I'm looking up and I'm going to build on this a second time. So there's 2 coats with it, and that's as far as I'm going because it's starting to get a little bit clumpy, as you can see here, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. Yes, it has a lot of length. Now let's go with the Catrice highlighter. I have that here. I'm taking it on a Real Techniques brush. That looks really, really pretty. Whoa, I'm loving that. You guys see this? And this was what, $2.99? I got it on sale. Just gonna do the Cupid's bow, chin. That is really, really, really stunning. All right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the NYX Shine Liquid in Global Citizen I have. So essentially what we're gonna do is put the product on, and I'm gonna do that. I like the applicator, really, really nice. This is a nice nude shade. I got this at my local Ulta. And I'm going to sit here and not talk for 1 minute straight. All right, we're at the stage where it's tacky, like that. Now we're gonna take the opposite side. The shine, I like this nail polish type applicator. Get deep in there and on the top. And this is not supposed to transfer. It's supposed to be really long lasting. The gloss is gonna transfer, but let's do the transfer test. Nothing but my lip liner, so no transfer. That's impressive. So that's everything. My final rundown is this L'Oreal Skin Paradise is amazing. This lasts up to 16 hours. It's beautiful coverage. If you're oily, I would just powder down heavily. If you're dry, you can leave it. It's gorgeous, wonderful. I highly recommend this. The Wet n Wild Incognito is a little bit drying for really dry under eyes. I have really dry under eyes and I barely set mine. So if you're very dry, you might steer clear of this, but if you're oily, you might really love this. This is the best Wet n Wild under eye concealer that I've ever used. This NYX lip product lives up to the hype. I absolutely love it. I've been wearing it for weeks and I can't say enough good things about it. This lasts a good 12 hours, no fading. You just have to reapply the gloss. It's amazing. Honestly, guys, for this mascara, I would skip on it. It's not worth the money. There's better at the drugstore. It just doesn't do all that it's hyped up to do. I mean, okay, but nothing to write home about. So there's that. I love this Catrice highlighter. I think it's absolutely stunning. For such a cheap price, an affordable price, you can't go wrong. It's gorgeous. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, I love this stuff in the deep shade. It's beautiful. It blends out easily. It just has a little bit of a different flowery smell. If you're into scents, if you're not into scents, just be wary of that it does have a scent. And finally, the Lift and Snatch is my new holy grail. You guys look at my brows. They're amazing. I love this stuff. If you haven't tried it, go out, get it. It's at Ulta. That's where I got mine. They had plenty of them. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you aren't already. Give the video a like if you did. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.